Kieran, how pleased are you to be back playing football in good form and scoring goals?
Yeah, it's obviously great to be back. It was a tough end to the season last season and beginning to this one, but yeah, obviously everyone wants to be playing games, and for me personally, it's great to be back now involved and playing, and yeah, obviously managed to get a couple of goals as well, which was nice.
I mean, Steve Bruce was speaking at the weekend, saying how tough it is as a centre-half at Newcastle. There are 6 of you, most of you in pretty decent form. How difficult has it been having to remain patient and wait for your chance?
Yeah, I knew that was going to be the case from the start of the season, to be honest. Like I said, there's a lot of fit centre-backs there now, and everyone's fighting for a place in the team and the squad. So, yeah, I think it's just about working hard day in, day out in training and waiting for that opportunity at a weekend, and yeah, thankfully I got mine, and I've managed to stay in the team since.
And your form has got you back in the Ireland squad. That's great after such a gap.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a while now, and yeah, I knew myself that unless I was playing games regularly, then I wasn't going to get a call. And obviously my main aim was to try and get back into the Newcastle team and get a little run there and try and stay there. And knowing that, then obviously with the back of my mind, I'd know then that I might have a chance of getting into the squad here now, and which I managed to do. So yeah, I'm delighted with that, and yeah, looking forward to this trip.
And how tough has that been? Because like Robbie Brady, you were part of the team that played against France there and Italy and what have you in the Euros, and then to find you're not in the squad, that must be quite difficult.
Yeah, it's hard, but I think that's just football, If you're not playing games regularly, then it's hard to justify, being picked. So, yeah, it's frustrating and disappointing, but it gives you that motivation then, to keep working hard day in, day out, and trying to force yourself back into it at club level to then obviously to try and get into the squads.
Well, switch Kieran's now. The manager has said that you and Mark will both play a part tomorrow. How exciting is that for you?
Yeah, obviously that's really exciting, to play a part for your country. It's something, you grow up wanting to play for your country. It's a dream. So yeah, for sure it'll be a fantastic night and another experience that you can add and add to your development.
And like Kieran said, that when there's competition, it's difficult. When you're a goalkeeper, it's even harder because only one of you gets to play. I mean, Darren has been so good over the last couple of years.
Yeah, Darren's been fantastic, for both club and country over the last few years, which is credit to himself. Yeah, and it's obviously that's the position, only one goalkeeper can play. But credit to Darren, he's been fantastic and put some real good performances in for the team at national level.
Thank you.
Kieran, how difficult is it to prepare for this game when you don't know a lot about the opposition? They haven't played for 18 months.
Yeah, well, obviously we're just trying to focus on ourselves at the minute. Obviously, we like you said, we don't really know what to expect at the minute, but I think we've got enough quality and we're mixed with experience in the squad now that we'll be able to deal with whatever we're thrown at, really.
I suppose there's one player you'll know really well, is Chris Wood. Have you come up against him a lot?
I think I've come up against him a couple of times, yeah. He's obviously a big presence and probably be a target point for their side. And yeah, a few of the lads obviously play with him at club level that we're with. So yeah, we know a lot about him. We know what he's about. So yeah, it'll be an interesting game.
Assuming that we don't know who you're playing alongside, but will one of you be designated beforehand to stick with him, or do you just whoever's closest to him at the time?
I think it'll just be a case of a lot of communication between whoever's playing and just being switched on and staying concentrated.
Kieran, a lot of talk about Troy Parrott, who will make his debut tomorrow, 17. Has he stuck one past you yet in training?
I'm not too sure. I don't think so. But yeah, he's looked sharp. He's like you can see, he's a strong lad, a big presence, and for 17, he's come in and settled in really well. Done fantastic in training, so definitely something to be excited about.
it's difficult, isn't it, when you're all sort of thrown together as you will be tomorrow? How confident are you that you can gel straight away?
Yeah, like you say, it's difficult because a lot of the players might not have played together before. But I think we've had a good week's training, a few days training anyway so far. So you back the team to gel together, and at this level, it's something that you're probably used to playing with different players. So hopefully, we'll gel together and put a performance in.
Thank you.
Kieran, what's Mick said to you when you've had that time out of the Ireland setup? Was he in communication regularly?
I wouldn't say regularly, but it was definitely early on. It was a case of obviously needing to play games really, and I knew myself I wasn't, and that was obviously the most frustrating thing. I think I want to pick players that are playing and in form, and when you're not, I kind of knew this was going to be the situation until I was, and obviously now I'm playing and had a little run of games. It's obviously great to be called back up, and just shows that if you do get back into the team at club level, that there will be a chance you can get the call up. So yeah, I'm obviously delighted with that.
And was there ever a consideration that you might seek a move to get more regular game time?
Yeah, definitely. It was something I was obviously thinking about in the summer. I didn't know what the situation would be at club level with the manager, and obviously I thought about that a lot. And obviously the manager Steve came in late into pre-season, and there wasn't much time then to do anything really, I guess. And obviously looking at it, he obviously wanted a chance to look at everyone that he had in the squad. So I'd had a chat with him, and he just said if the situation, I just said if this season I'd love to be playing games, and obviously I've had a couple of years now where I'm in the team and out the team, and it's a bit hit and miss, and I just said that I'd love to be playing football, and he understood that, and just said, look, we'll see how the first part of the season goes, and we'll reassess that come January. So he was really fair with me, and then it was sort of down to me to just keep training hard and working hard and seeing what will happen really, and just doing all I can to try and get back in the team, which I've luckily enough managed to do so.
And obviously Steve Bruce was an accomplished centre half himself. What has he brought to your game that maybe you've improved on?
You know what? I'm not too sure at the minute. It's just we seem really organised now this season, staying switched on, and I think he's kind of saying to us as well not to be sort of worried about going forward and losing the ball, especially from the back. So I think we've been trying to play out a little bit more maybe than we have been, and getting it down and trying to play. And obviously there's some periods in the games where we haven't done that. We've gone more direct, so we've really mixed it up, and it's worked to our advantage this season.
Kieran, just with Darren, obviously he had the injury leading up to this period. Does that focus your attention that you could be called up at a short notice?
Yeah, of course. In football, you never know what's going to happen. So, especially as a goalkeeper, you've always got to make sure you're ready. Which, to be fair, you always prepare yourself for any situation that might arise. So, yeah, for sure. You don't know what's going to happen. You've got to make sure that you cover all bases.
Kieran, you'll have been in plenty of squads with Richard Keogh in the past. I mean, have you spoken to him recently about what he's been going through?
Not recently, no. I'm sure he's had a load of people on his case at the minute, and I think I've just felt it's time to just sort of leave him to it for this moment. But it's obviously a sad situation what's happened, and so everyone sends their best to Richie, and that's all I can say really on that in a minute.
I know he lodged his appeal yesterday to his sacking, lodged it via the players' body. Do you have an opinion on on Derby's decision to sack him?
I'd rather not even talk about this, to be honest. It's obviously a personal subject, and yeah, I'd rather just leave that there.
Right. Kieran, how are you finding life at Burton Albion?
Yeah, it's been a great experience for me so far, you know, to step up another level and go and play games and gain good experience. The team's had a good start, and thankfully I've been putting in the performances to kind of have a positive impact on the team. So yeah, something I'm really enjoying, and hopefully that continues.
Do you have frequent contact with your parent club, or is it you just kind of do your own thing?
No, yeah, they've been fantastic, to be fair. Real good regular contact and feedback about my performances and making sure everything's okay, both obviously on and off the pitch. So yeah, credit to them. They've been fantastic in that respect.
And like, what are your kind of longer term ambitions? Are you looking beyond the end of the season, like to go back to United and force your way in, or?
Yeah, of course. You know, at the minute I'm just concentrating on what I'm doing at Burton Albion, which is, you know, putting in performances week in, week out to help the team and climb the table and kind of help us reach our potential. But you know, you obviously have goals beyond that, longer term goals, and obviously I think every player aspires to play at the top level and take it as far as he can. So I'm no different.
Thanks, lads. Good luck tomorrow.
Kieran, obviously the 5 at the back has suited you quite well at Newcastle now. Do you have a preference with regards to playing with a 4 or a 5?
No, not really. It's I've obviously managed to play in both them formations, and something I can adapt to pretty easily, to be honest. So yeah, no, there's no preference for me.
Mick mentioned that he'd gone to watch you play against West Ham. Are you conscious that he's there watching, that you might need to impress as well?
I didn't even know he was at the game at the time, so yeah, it was just one of the. At the time, it was just all about focusing on the game itself and doing what we needed to do at club level. And yeah, it was only afterwards then that I knew that Mick was at the game, and obviously I was pleased then that he'd managed to see us get the win, and obviously myself score as well.
Finally, can I just ask about your impressions of Leo O'Connor? You've obviously played with him this week and seen him as a defender.
Yeah, obviously he's really bright, talent, and yeah, I'm excited to see more of him. To be honest, it's you know, we don't know what's going to happen yet on Thursday evening, but I'm sure there'll be a few of the lads hopefully given their chance, and yeah, it'd be great to see a few of the fresh faces.